Hi, Amy. Thanks for joining. Doing dishes and watching? Great. Thanks for joining tonight with last minute notice. So, yeah, I've got a fun story tonight. I'm just going to bring up some stuff on Twitter. Let me get this going. Let's see. Guess does not want to be working very well, but we'll give it a try. I don't know why my computer part doesn't want to seem to work, so sorry for a little bit of technical difficulties. I'm going to transition back to this view while I try to figure it out. All right, I think I've got it. All right, so I had a fun thing happen over the weekend. So, for those of you that don't know, I am very into esports, and right now there is a big event going on in esports, especially League of Legends. It's called Mid-Season Invitational. It's where it's halfway through all of the seasons, and what they do is they send the best teams from every region, and so they're the regions that were part of the group stages. Some of the main regions are North America, Europe, Korea, China, and I don't remember LMS or LCK, which one is which. Anyway, basically, esports. What is esports? That's a great question. So esports is electronic sports, basically people professionally playing video games, and it's a pretty big deal. People practice with teams for like 14 hours a day, and it is really, really competitive and really hard. And esports spans a bunch of different types of games, but the most popular game is League of Legends, which is actually a team-based game where you have 5 players with different positions and they compete against each other against another team. Not the 5 players don't compete against it. It's 2 teams of 5 competing with one another, and it's what's called capture the flag. The genre is called MOBA, but really it's about the team playing it. It's similar in vein to a traditional sport where you have players in different positions, and you practice different compositions and different routes and all kinds of things. And so the teams go up against each other, and each of the teams have their own logos and themes and fans, and it's a really big deal. As an example, the World Finals last year, which was late last year, drew in about the same number of viewers as the Super Bowl. The North American football Super Bowl. So it's a really big deal. It is probably more popular in places like China and Korea than in the US, but it is a very big deal. Anyway, our team is not currently playing it. Our team is TSM, but Each of the regions right now are playing in a mid-season invitational where the best teams from each region are being represented. Team Liquid just barely beat out TSM in a very epic finals in North America to go to this event. But Team Liquid is our second favorite team. We like them a lot. There's a lot of players that we're fans of there. And they're representing North America. And any team representing North America at international tournament is where we become pretty big fans of, just because North America doesn't really have a great history in international tournaments. Korea tends to be the dominant team. China has been also, of the past couple of years, been looking really, really good. North America just hasn't really measured up as much. So, but over the weekend, I was following how Team Liquid was doing on Twitter, and there was a really cool tweet that I saw. I'm going to go ahead and find the tweet now. Right here. So it's this mom who has two girls who are big Team Liquid fans, and she went ahead and made these cute shirts for them. And I messaged her and was like, hey, if you want, I'd be happy to like make your girls some glitter shirts and send them to you. So she got in touch with me, and we chatted, and it was super fun to chat as moms with kids who are into esports, because our boys are into esports too, because we watch it all the time. And so we had a fun chat, and so I got the shirts that her girls wanted, and we're going to be making them tonight. So you can see the Team Liquid logos there, and we're going to be making one with pink glitter and the other one with purple glitter per the girls' choices. So a really fun time tonight. I'm really looking forward to it, and that's why we're having a special one. Also, this is to celebrate Team Liquid making it out of the groups, which is a first for the team, and pretty big deal for North America, and also pretty awesome for one of our favorite players, Doublelift, who used to be on TSM, who is now on Team Liquid. And so just wanted to celebrate, wanted to have some fun. If anybody else is watching, please feel free to message and just say hi, how's it going? If you are excited about Team Liquid, if you just want to talk about crafts in general. Again, we're going to be making some fun Team Liquid shirts for some girls tonight. Super excited about it, and I am going to switch to a different view real quick. All right. That one. All right, so I'm going to just get a few things going. I'm going to double check on chat too. Sometimes it's messing up. So just going to double check on that. Right. Normally I'm a bit more prepared than this, but since it's a special night, kind of winging it. Go Team Liquid! Yeah. It's super exciting. Alright. So it's messing up a little bit, so I'm just going to relaunch and be good to go. While we're doing that, I'm going to pull up the Team Liquid logo so we can trace that. you heard about esports on an NCIS episode or something, so you know it's legit. Yeah. It's becoming more of a thing, definitely. It's fun. I didn't used to have anybody who knew what it was about, but now I am hearing more and more. It depends also on realistically how old you are, whether or not you've heard of esports. Whenever we go to events, we're definitely the older folks there. So that's why it was extra fun to meet a mom who also was a fan and had kids that were fans. So we were chatting about stuff. So it was a fun moment. Especially it was happening day before Mother's Day, so it was just one of those like, hey, not alone in the world kind of feelings. So multi-billion-dollar industry, yes, sponsors and everything. Yeah, actually it is. So our favorite team, TSM, is sponsored by Dr. Pepper. I believe that Team Liquid is sponsored by Honda. I think Geico is I don't know if Geico is still sponsoring TSM. I think it was MasterCard sponsored the World Championship Series, as well as I think like All-Stars event or something like that. Yeah, so big name sponsors. There's a hilarious silly music video by Dr. Pepper with the TSM members in it. But a lot of the like esports brands have more than one game they're in. So like TSM, Team Liquid, Cloud9 have like multiple teams across multiple games that they have, and so they're trying to spread it around. So P wants to know what part of the experience you're actually watching when you're following the event. So when you're watching a game play, typically you're watching in spectator mode, which is a kind of like what the players are seeing, but not exactly. So it depends on the game again, but in League of Legends, spectator mode shows you where everyone is on the map. But when you're actually playing League of Legends, what you would see is the same kind of view, except there's something called Fog of War, where you can't see beyond certain parts unless you have these wards that basically show you where people are at. And you only kind of see where you're at. Versus spectator mode, they have people that are actually like, all their job is to move the camera around the map to where the action is. And so, and then they have casters, just like in traditional sports, that talk about the action and like who's playing and, you know, what's going on. And they actually walk you through pretty well, like the action through the game. I got into it because Joe kept having it on, and I just learned about the game through the casting. So it's pretty friendly to new people to watch. Now, getting deep into what's really going on, I think, you know, playing some and also watching more helps, but I don't play very often. I love watching though. I watch probably more than Joe does, at least of the pro players. Joe watches a lot more of the streamers than I do. So, but yeah, I mean, it's basically just like a kind of an overview, that someone's kind of moving the camera around. I'd say that's fairly true for a lot of the games. Fighting games, not as much. It's exactly what the players see is what you see. But a lot of these like multiplayer kinds of games, they have a spectator view. All right. I love the questions. Keep them coming. That's super fun. I have literally bored people for hours talking about esports, so I'm happy to continue that. Let's see. Where's the downloads go? There it is. All right. So there's our Team Liquid logo. I'm gonna go ahead and take out the bottom. Yeah, I agree with you, Amy, that you play better, not you. I just mean in general, most people play better in their head when there's actual controls. But I feel you. Like, I am a terrible video game player, but in my head, I'm really good. Because it just looks so easy when someone else is doing it. So I just dragged in I found an SVG online. I just searched for Team Liquid SVG and I found it and then dragged it in super easy. And then what I did just now was release Compound Path. And what that does is it splits up all the pieces. You can see all the blocks and you can see how the letters kind of got all messed up. But that's what we want for right now. So what I'm going to do is select all the letters and hit delete. And those. And then I'm going to select now the logo again and make Compound Path. And so then we're back to where we were. Amy, so what kind of games do you like to play? I'm trying to think how big I want this to be. We're going to make sure we're measuring in inches. Yeah, I think 6 makes sense. Yeah, let's go with 6 inches wide. I tried to play Halo once and couldn't get past the intro round. Got stuck in a corner running, looking straight up. Halo is hard. I couldn't do Halo. I tried. Any first-person shooters, FPSs, my brain does not work fast enough for it. What I like about League of Legends style games is that the starting out mechanics are a little easier for like my brain to grasp, but there is like the skill, like I am like noob and the skill level is like up to here. You have to play League of Legends for like hundreds and hundreds of hours to be anything close to good. But you can at least go in and play and at least kind of somewhat understand and just have fun against like the computer. So, oh, Mario Kart. Now Mario Kart is fun. That is more my jam. I'm good enough to beat Samuel right now. So not good enough to beat Joe, but yeah, for now I can beat my 9-year-old. We'll see how long that lasts. Alright, so now that I've got it sized to what I want, I'm just going to drag it over there. And then I'm going to mirror because I'm cutting out HTV and it needs to be reversed. Oh, James Bond? See, that's a definite FPS, so you should have been okay at... You probably were better at Halo than you're giving yourself credit. It's not a game unless you know how to blow the cartridge. Yeah, I understand. So one of the things you'll notice here is that it's kind of grayed out, but you don't see any red lines, which is kind of how you know what's going to cut. So that means this isn't cutting yet. So I need to go and click on Cut Edge. And there we go. Now we see the red lines, and that's what we want to see. I have it set to Heat Transfer Glitter, which is what I want. So now I'm just going to turn on the Cameo and get my glitter going. Oh, the dual joystick. I'm with you. That is hard stuff. Um, I got super confused. Uh, I I am all about the the one button and a joystick. You know, back Atari days. That's my jam. Like the less buttons, the better, in my opinion. But I've adjusted somewhat to the new style console things, but I don't know. I like the simpler games. My favorite kind of games are what I call hack and slash kind of games, um, or 2D side-scrolling action adventure. So the hack and slash game that I've been playing a lot lately that I would highly recommend is Kingdom Hearts 3. It is super, super fun. Although I had to have Joe just beat the last level for me because it's not fun. It's Pirates of the Caribbean, and it's not pleasant. It's basically you're floating in a boat and shooting at other boats, and it's not hack and slash at that point. It's just boring and frustrating. All right, here we go. Alright, well that is going. Gonna heat up the heat press. Just checking out a handy dandy heat settings thing, so I'm gonna just check how much that is. So it says 320 for glitter. And the timer is 15 seconds. Alright, now it's heating up. Let me get my pad out. Oh yeah, it's not a mobile press necessarily. It's called an easy press, but yeah, it definitely, like, I have an actual heat press, but I hate using it. It is so hard. And they came out with this easy press, and they have a few different sizes of it, but I fell in love with it. It is just so nice and quick. It heats up a lot faster. It presses really well. Like, I have no need for my heat press anymore. It is fabulous. Alright, so I'm just cutting around. That one. And then because I am literally just doing the same thing again, I'm just gonna put the other piece of glitter on here. Alright, so that on the glue. Amy, you remember when I pressed Pete's shirt? Oh, yeah, that one, the heat press that I have is like the cheapest heat press you can find online, and so it is not the most well-made thing in the world, and it is a bear. It got also a lot funkier when I pressed like 150 bags for my church, and I had to change a lot of the settings to fit the canvas bags in it, and it never really was the same after that. So I'm just peeling off the excess now. It's not peeling super easy. I wonder if I need a new blade or something. That'll be fine. It's a pretty easy logo to cut, so it shouldn't run into too many problems. Of course, famous last words. Wait, which one do I want? Yeah, I'm doing the right thing. Sometimes I cut the wrong side. We're going to peel off the wrong side. Try not to be too terrible with this because I actually could read it if I wanted to. Trying to make sure. This last part is always tricky when it's like a interesting logo. Oh, what is going on? There we go. There we go. All right. It's always fun to do girl shirts. I don't get to do girl shirts a lot. But when I do, it is just glitter everywhere. I love it. What I like about heat transfer vinyl too is that you don't actually have glitter everywhere. It does not come off. And so when you're doing heat transfer vinyl, you always want to heat up the shirt first. I'm just pressing it for a few seconds. Oh, all you can see is my hair. Sorry about that. One of these days I'll figure out how to like orient the camera so everybody can see. Is that better? For now, all you need to see is my hair because it's just me pressing. GoPro. All right. So with heat transfer vinyl, there's different ways to peel. So a hot peel or a cold peel, what that means is whether or not you need to wait for the heat transfer vinyl to have cooled down or that you can peel it right away. The only one that I use that is a hot peel is just the regular smooth kind, but glitter and all the other fancy ones are a cold peel, and so I just take it and shake it and get some air around it, and generally that's enough to be able to peel it off. Alright, so I pressed it once, and then what I do is I take the carrier off and put it back on and press it a second time, just because I like the durability I get with it. Alright. And the second time you don't have to worry about hot or cold peel. And that is the first shirt. Thank you for your enthusiasm, Amy. I appreciate that. All right, on to the second shirt. Just realized I haven't cut or peeled the material. So let's do that first. Having a hard time finding lines right now. Okay. This one's peeling off much easier. Oh, I might have missed cutting some of this. Yeah, it looks like I didn't quite go down far enough. Maybe I can salvage it. We shall see. Also missing like little pieces. That's what happens when you pull too fast sometimes. Alright, so now I put them in the right spot and I'm just going to lift up this part. And let's see if I can find the other part that I cut off. There it is. Okay. I like all your commentary. You're doing the good play-by-play on my crafting. So what I'm doing here is, with the heat transfer vinyl, especially the glitter, you can't really see when there's cuts like that. So, just gonna put it back together. I think it will be okay. Heating up the shirt again, get some of that moisture out, and go. And pressing down should work, hopefully. All right, that is done. Since this didn't cover the whole thing, I'm just going to use my Teflon sheets. And all right, that is it. Pretty quick and easy. Put them side by side. I want to have a guest on the show. You should come. You gonna come on Thursday? Amy, you should come on Thursday. I've been trying to get people to come as a guest, but nobody wants to come. Glad you like it, Amy. All right, awesome. Well, you let me know. I am always, there is a couch right behind. You just chill. I'll bring you like some lemonade or something. You can help me. Tell me to use bags of rice. All right. Well, Thursday might not work, but let me know if there's another night that works for you. I can do a special stream or something again. And I'd love to have you on. I think that'd be super fun. But for tonight, I think this is it. Just super quick stream. Wanted to get the shirts done so I can get them off to the little girls who are big fans. And anyway, thanks Amy for joining, and anybody else who dropped by. It's been great to have you. Amy, if you join me as a guest, you can come run wild. As long as you've got clothes on, I'm good. Anyway, that's it for tonight, while Amy and I banter back and forth. But hopefully, you know, this was fun for whoever's watching, and you join me again at my normally scheduled time of Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. I stream on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. And that's where Amy is chatting with me now on Facebook. So that tends to be the liveliest conversations there, but we've certainly had some great conversations on YouTube. One of these days, maybe some great conversations on Twitch too. But it's been fun. Thanks for joining, everyone, and I hope you all have a great night. Bye-bye.